What's up, Convoy? Back again with the most knowledgeable and handsome truck driver on YouTube. Today I'm here in Bowling Green, Ohio once again. Just picked up another load of 2-liter bottles going to the Coca-Cola in Grand Rapids. Today's been going pretty good so far, mainly because I haven't heard anything out of dispatch, not one thing. Well, can't say that. Before I left the house this morning, I got a phone call. They had no idea where I was, even though there's GPS tracking through the Qualcomms on all these trucks. They called me and they said, yeah, we got a load from Grand Rapids over to Highland Park for you. I'm like, what about this 5 o'clock pickup in Bowling Green? I said, I'm already just outside of Detroit. They're like, oh, are you? We had no idea. It's like, well, you might want to look at your computer screen before you start dispatching loads to drivers, because I was already 160 miles away. So she said, okay, it was a different dispatcher anyway, so whatever. It's probably not her fault or anything. She said, okay, she'll look into it and call me back if she needs to. She never did. She just took the load off of me. And now I'm going to make my way up to Grand Rapids and see what I get out of there. Hopefully, I'm hoping that load to Highland Park is still sitting there, to be honest with you. Because if it is, it'll be a super easy day. Pretty much same as yesterday, or the last vlog. And, yeah, that's all I'll do. I'll just run up to Grand Rapids, drop these bottles off, which these are live unloads, these bottle loads, which doesn't bug me. The guy over there is pretty quick. And then I'll grab a load going to Highland Park, which is pretty much Detroit. And then I will go home for the night and do something tomorrow. I don't know. I go in little patterns with these bottles. Usually when I leave the house, I'll go pull a load out of Detroit 95% of the time. But then I'll go like a few weeks where I'll leave the house and I'll do nothing but come out of here, pull a load to Grand Rapids, or maybe even Twinsburg once in a while. But it's looking to be a pretty easy day once again for the second day in a row. Pretty much going to do the exact same thing as I did yesterday. The weather coming down here was a little bit dicey. It was like foggy and snowing at the same time. Down here in Bowling Green is good. There's no weather going on, nothing falling from the sky at least. But the way down through Detroit, that was, south of Detroit, I-75, south of Detroit into Ohio. The roads were good. They weren't icy or nothing, but people were scared. So that's probably worse than driving in bad weather, is when drivers are just terrified of being on the road. Make those stupid-ass, terrified, scared decisions. And that could lead to some disaster. But we got down here just fine, and I looked at the radar. Should be a pretty clear ride up to Grand Rapids, Michigan. This place got me loaded exceptionally fast. Literally, from the time I showed up to right now has been about 45 minutes, which I'm always pretty happy about. I mean, like I said, I make $20 an hour if they sit me for 2 hours and longer. So, but I'd rather get moving, get up the road. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to stick her in the gear, get up to Grand Rapids, and see what I'm going to do once I get there. Alright, made it here to Coca-Cola in Grand Rapids. And I just delivered that bottle load. And now I have no idea what I'm doing. I have nothing assigned to me at all. Everyone in the office is gone. And I've got about 5 hours left on my clock, so that means I'm just going to take my ass home. 99.9% of the time anyways, on nights like this, when I deliver pretty late, I ended up just deadheading back to Detroit anyway. Or as this week has gone, I might just end up back in Bowling Green, Ohio tomorrow for another bottle load, which doesn't bother me at all. It's kind of a nice little schedule. And actually, both of these loads picked up 2 days in a row at 5 p.m. out of Bowling Green, Ohio, and delivered up here at 11. But pretty much whenever I get up here, I could get into a dock to get unloaded. And between the deadhead and the mileage, it's not super great on the mileage, but it's not terrible either. Mixed in with the salary and everything, I'm not really complaining about it too much. The only thing I'm complaining about right now is the temperature. For some reason, the temperature's dropping like crazy. So on the forecast, even this Sunday, it's going to drop down to like 2 degrees or something as a low and 12 as a high. We've had unseasonably awesome weather up here in Michigan. The other day it was like 55 or something like that. Somehow I was walking around in a t-shirt very comfortably. But now I could sleep here or I could go home. It's a pretty damn easy choice for me. I'm going to take my ass home. That way I get to edit and upload this vlog tonight. Wake up in the morning, go to the gym, and then get back to work, back behind the wheel. Probably gonna, I don't know what to call it. Have a guess. It's impossible to guess with these dispatchers and this group of people in the office. But if I had to say guess something, I'm gonna go load out of Detroit for Cincinnati or Houston tomorrow. Actually, I do kind of hope I do something a little bit different than bottle load to Grand Rapids 2 days in a row like this. It's making these videos pretty damn boring, pretty repetitious. But like I said, I don't mind doing them, and hopefully you guys aren't getting too bored with these 2 days of vlogs that are very short and pretty boring. I do need to get on the road to get home tonight. Get into the truck stop about, 4 a.m. or so. And I know there will be parking because I'm still parking at that shithole Detroiter. And there's always parking there now, so I'm not worried about the parking, but I'm running down on my 14-hour clock, so I'm going to get her up the road. Alright, I just left Coca-Cola, and I want to talk about CDL school. I'm getting enough emails about that lately again to talk on it a little bit more. I think I've talked about it in the past. But as far as, I'm getting a lot of questions asking, like, what's the best CDL school? Actually, one in particular email, I had been asked, what's better, going to a third-party CDL school or a company-sponsored or company-owned, like, I think what they mean is, like, I know, like, Warner does something with Roadmaster, and then it's like Swift. I think they have their own thing. Whatever, just basically whatever CDL school is attached to a big company. And the answer to that is whatever is the cheapest route to go, because I promise you that you will not know shit right out of CDL school. CDL school is basically just a place to where these companies want to get you your CDL and get themselves paid with teaching you as absolute little as possible in the quickest amount of time. You're just like cattle. The more they can push through, the more money they will make. And it sounds kind of harsh when I put it like that, but it is the absolute truth. I remember when I went through CDL school, I went through a third party. It was pretty expensive, and because I didn't know back then, there was YouTube and stuff. There were some of the old timers on there, but given the internet, wasn't as much information out there basically in 2010. I mean, some was out there, but definitely not like now. But yeah, their job is to get you a CDL, and through their class so they can get paid. So yeah, the best way to obtain your CDL is the cheapest way necessary or possible, because you're not going to know any more. If you find a CDL, if you go to a CDL school and it costs you $1,000, you're not going to learn any less or more or anything different really than the CDL school that's going to cost you $9,000. Because now there may be some technical sides, I guess, some of the pre-trip stuff, whatever. But like I said, nowadays there's enough information out there to where you can go find that stuff yourself and save yourself $8,000. You don't have to pay a stupid, crazy amount of money. Plus, besides that, CDL school, honestly, is where you get your CDL. That's all it is. Where you learn how to drive a truck is going to be with the company that hires you when you go out with your trainer. And that's a pretty important part of your career. The start of your career is going out with your trainer. I remember leaving CDL school. Me and my friend had went down there. We're from Detroit, the Detroit area, and we found what we thought, and that's what when I trained with Warner, I heard so many people tell me the same thing, that they went to the best truck driving school in all the United States, and they were number one in their class when they got their CDL. All right, I heard that a few times. But I understand it, because, I thought the same thing. As far as me and my friend knew, we went to some prestigious-ass CDL school, and we both did very well. And we thought we were the shit, basically, walking out of there, CDLs in hand, driving back his Trailblazer back home, and talking shit the whole way home, passing every truck we could, saying, I could drive that thing. We both thought we were the shit. We didn't know. I think like a couple days after we got home, I took off, went to Warner. A week later, he took off, went to Warner, got in that truck for the first truck I ever drove was a Freightliner Classic. And I realized that first time, had a little bit of weight on the tires, a little bit of freight in the box, and dealing with it was out of Indianapolis, driving in Indy traffic, and with a deadline and being the actual real world hit me, I was like, holy shit, I don't know absolutely anything. So just to touch on that, just to get your CDL, there is no difference from school to school, very minor. You're going to learn how to drive a truck when you get with your company. So go with the cheapest damn school you can find. Now make sure they're, accredited. They're a legit school. Basically make sure the school is legit, because I guess there was something about Swift ripping people off or something. I don't know, something about they weren't accredited. Actually, whatever. Swift had some deal going on. There's some legal loophole, I guess, where they gave people CDLs and there's some paperwork was fucked up or something. I don't know. But make sure the school is legit, accredited. And for the most part, I think that thing with Swift was a paperwork error or some shit. But for the most part, if they're attached to one of these big one of these big companies, the CDL school that is, not even attached. It doesn't mean like they're owned by them or nothing. But like what I mean by that is a CDL school that says we'll guarantee you employment with, Warner, Swift, Prime, wherever it may be. They're pretty much legit at that point. So there's my answer to those emails. Hopefully y'all get to see this. I got a lot of emails. I got people asking me about what's my email address. Now the email address down in the description box is my legit email address, but I am absolutely terrible. I need to get better on responding to emails, and that's something I'm going to have to work on. So if you have a question or want to get a hold of me, you can go ahead and send me an email. The best way to get a hold of me is through Facebook, honestly, because sometimes even the emails I will eventually read all of them, but but sometimes I won't. I mean, I'm still coming across some emails from like a year and a half ago. You know, just scrolling through looking for stuff. I'm like, oh, look at this, I never read this email. Someone asked me a question. So the best way to get a hold of me would be go through Facebook. And yeah, I'll try to work on the whole email situation. But that is the email down in the description box, the ayatollah18@gmail.com. All right, I made it to the truck stop here, and then I'm about to go home now. Another pretty uneventful and boring day. Just running some empty bottles up to Grand Rapids, just like last vlog. Not sure still what I'm doing tomorrow, but I hope it's more interesting for the vlog's sake. I appreciate you guys watching the vlogs. If you enjoyed this vlog, please hit the like button. And if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please subscribe. It helps me out tremendously, and it'll let you know every time I make a brand new video. Thanks for watching, and as always, run hard and get paid.